Okay, can you guys hear me now? Hopefully. Thanks for the heads up on that, Brad. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Man, so y'all missed my big announcement earlier. Well, that stinks. Okay, so, big announcement that I can finally make is that I am going, this will be the last time I'll be live chasing using my cell phone. Whole new setup is about to happen. We'll have live streaming from the dash using the GoPro. We'll have live streaming on the rooftop on top of a 360-degree light. Everything's about to change. We'll be using a broadcasting service, so that way what you see on your screen is going to look completely different. You'll be able to see my general location. You'll be able to see the radar of what I'm currently seeing. So that's going to be really great, and it'll be nice for you to be able to switch and be able to see between the dash camera and the rooftop camera. So that way we're not going to be limited on visibility for you guys. Everything's about to change. Jason, actually, a couple of different people have explained it and helped it out. I'm new to this whole live streaming world. I mean, I've chased for well over a decade, and just kind of briefly once in a while did some Facebook live streaming and stuff, but never really dove really deep into it. So I'm going to be doing that. Apparently I've got to use some kind of video switcher, which I've already got the one picked out that I'm going to use. So the rooftop camera is something that I'm going to design myself with my roof rack. I like my Jeep. I love my Jeep very much, and I kind of don't really want to drill holes in her or anything. So I've got roof rack bars. So what I'm going to do is kind of put them close together, and I'm going to build a platform for them to be on. So that way, during non-chasing events, I am able to remove it as well. Ooh, I hope you guys saw that. That was pretty. The cell is coming closer. And it's just a complex of storms. Still kind of watching, and may end up moving down towards Nashville, but it doesn't look severe or anything, and it looks like it's kind of lost its tail on it too. So, but kind of watching that because that is going to be going over my home, and where my fiance works in Sumner County. So kind of watching that complex too, but it doesn't really look all entertaining, to be honest. And not too sure what's going to happen after this this cell comes through. So sorry, I know the wipers stink, but I kind of want you guys to be able to see what's going on too. That way you guys have a clear picture. Maybe if I open that up, that will help. But, and then audio also won't be an issue once I switch this whole setup also. But, like I was saying, with these storms that are coming through now, it's going to greatly depend on how quick our environment can recover after all this comes through, to see if we will get severe weather later on this afternoon as the second line comes from Franklin that kind of lost any type of warning with it. There is another cell that to our west. Actually, I don't see anything there. But it seems like it kind of died out some. It was looking pretty robust earlier this morning when I decided to come up here. But that's about it. I can tell you the winds are starting to shake. It's starting to get a little windy as this cell comes closer in. I mean, who knows? In an environment like this, you don't know. You can look at models all you want, but I mean, they're not 100% always right. So I chose to stay kind of localish today. Jeep's going to be going into the shop this coming weekend to get the axle fixed. I have a left front axle on the Jeep I have. It's got a CV axle, so it's got a left and a right. And my left axle is broken. So I'm kind of just limping around. So I kind of stay close to home for right now. But come after it's fixed and she's in good tip-top shape, we get the whole new system put in, and we're going to be rocking and ready to go, and the sky's the limit on where we go. Possible to do another plains chase this year. I haven't been out to the plains since 2020, this spring, and yeah, that was a great chase. I don't know if you guys can see these lights that are just swaying. The wind's starting to kind of kick up a little bit. Let's turn these down. Alright. I know the setup isn't like the most favorable, but hopefully we'll get that changed. That's a good lightning start to pop up. Like, even look at these trees, they're just swaying. Yeah, I can feel the Jeep moving too. That's a cool looking camper. But for now, we're just gonna sit here and watch the storm. Got some good lightning. Kind of still watching back down home. I don't really see anything at all as it's moving into Williamson County. may be able to have a recovery period. Look. Looks like there's a lot of clearing coming back here. So we may actually see how fast we can get the environment to kind of stable out, or see if it will destabilize. But not seeing really anything going on past these cells right here. So it'll be interesting to wait and see how things transpire. Got a little rock going. It'll be nice when I'm not having to use the phone to stream, and you won't like see this right here either. Should be just a nice clear video. And so the problem with YouTube is that you can't turn off autofocus. So that's really rough. So like right now you're just seeing, so I don't know if it'll, there you go. Yeah, you can't shut off autofocus. So it's very limited settings that you can use when directly streaming from a phone through YouTube. So hopefully, using a GoPro, and I can have more control through the camera settings. That'll be nice. From here is if I need to jet back south towards Nashville, Sumner County, it's only like a 30-minute drive, so that works. But currently that cell to the southwest of Nashville is going to be heading straight over my house, so I'm going to watch it pretty carefully. If we need to, we'll just head back. more power outlets. Because for some reason, she thought that this model only needed one power outlet, and I don't know who could survive on just one power outlet in their vehicle, especially storm chasing. So, yeah, that's gonna change. Hotspot, how I'm powering everything off, it's just my hotspot, but I'm going to change that too and get some check the HRR too. Okay, so they have included Bowling Green in the moderate. So, shoot, we may end up staying up here. Okay, Bowling Green was added into the moderate. Period. Sitting up here now. Sitting off of 65 and I think this is 231. It's crazy because I could actually take 231 all the way back home to Lebanon from here. Man, I can only imagine how long of a drive that would be. But if Bowling Green's been added into moderate, then we may end up just staying up here and waiting to see when cells reignite. But for any footage that you miss on here, I also run a dash camera and take all of that unedited and usually post that on YouTube as well. But thank you everyone for tuning in and allowing me to give you on the ground eyes for what the sky is showing. It really means a lot to me and I really appreciate you guys. Alright, this bell's got a hell core on it. But not seeing anything as far as rotation or anything like that. It's still a special weather statement. It's not gone severe or anything else like that, but you can see, like, there's my home, and it's going to come straight across. And then, of course, my fiance works up in Gallatin, so out of school, he does school security, so I'm watching that really carefully too, but I'm not seeing any signs of rotation or anything else like that, so not overly concerned, but probably will give him a heads up that it's got some significant hail. Moving at 55 miles an hour, so let's see where that would be. Here's my house. And I'll be getting a new iPad as well. This one's kind of old and needs to be updated. Nashville, 23 minutes. Mount Juliet, 36 minutes. Hendersonville, 38 minutes. LaGuardia, 44 minutes. Lebanon, 45 minutes. Hey, giving you a heads up that there is a storm southwest of Nashville moving northeast. It's going to hit the house, and I'm not too sure if it'll hit you at the school, but it does have 1.5 inches hail with it as of right now. There's signs of rotation and not severe warning. It's a special weather statement. And it should be at the house in about 42 minutes roughly. Right. Just know that this is not the main threat. The main threat is this afternoon. This was just convection that was left over from what went through Oklahoma and all that yesterday. And for this afternoon, we'll just have to wait and see how the atmosphere comes back together. Because usually after a storm passes through, it kind of like stabilizes the air. So we'll have to see if the sun is allowed to come back out or whatnot, if it is able to destabilize again to allow severe weather for this afternoon, which is kind of right now a watch and wait and see what happens. The cell kind of looks like it wants to split, but there's just a kink. I'm still not seeing anything. I mean, other than hail and frequent lightning, I'm really still not seeing anything too impressive with it. South Nashville, looks like your guys are starting to get some good lightning down there. And this is actually even headed lightning strikes well above, or well before it, going into almost Mount Juliet. But it looks like the hail of it is still just southeast of Fairview, coming up into Brentwood, Forest Hills. And then it'll be in Oak Hill, DNA. Which, I mean, is a pretty favorable environment. I mean, 73 degrees and 63 degree dew point. See how much those dew points drop after this comes through. one of the models has the main line coming through Wilson County, Tennessee, around 4 p.m. or a little after, give or take. Threat for long. Oh, hold on, go back. Okay. The threat for long, intense, long-track tornadoes has increased this afternoon for most of Kentucky as better instability is in place with the shears of overlapping. This will be a dangerous afternoon ahead of much of the Ohio River and Tennessee Valley regions. Be sure to have a plan in place when under a warning and have ways to get alerts. Yes, definitely. Make sure that you know where your tornado safe place is, no matter where you're at. Work, home, grocery store, whichever. If you don't have to be at work or if you don't have to be out later this afternoon, be home. Know, your most interior spot of your house. Usually it's a bathroom or whatnot. Make sure you know your safe place. And a lot of people don't emphasize this, but I always do, and I always will continue. Make sure you have shoes. God forbid something were to happen. You don't want to worry about cutting your feet up. So please make sure you have shoes. Make sure you have something to cover your head. God forbid you are under a tornado warning and you're in the path of it. So I'll show you what I'm looking at. So this now Bowling Green is included, and that's most of central Kentucky. I mean, don't sleep just because this is only in a 10% Middle Tennessee, because let me tell you what, we've seen so far this season, we've seen a lot of tornadoes happen outside of the high-risk areas. So please don't get so focused on what's just up here. Make sure you pay attention to your local media. They will be able to also give you, they'll be able to show you the radar and where it's headed, and they'll give you street names. I know in Middle Tennessee, our chief meteorologists are amazing. Just don't get complacent on just a high-risk area, because it's not just that. So it looks like we've got, that's off to the south. Yes, I have crank windows. It's a Jeep. But we've got some sun wanting to poke out. That sun pokes out, man. Woo! Well, it just may. It just may. I mean, it's getting a lot brighter. And if you're also a storm chaser wanting to storm chase, also my biggest advice, make sure you have plenty of water. It's so easy to get dehydrated when you're storm chasing, because nobody wants to continuously drink water during the day when you're driving 8 hours a day or whatever, and then have the possibility of having to stop and go to the bathroom all the time. It's rough. Guys have it easier. Alright, so let's see. Just saw some new Bobby Boyd, man, if you guys are on Twitter, follow Bobby Boyd 1946. He's actually a retired Nashville meteorologist from NWS, and he's phenomenal and usually right on point. His post, increasing tornado threats, and this is going to be South Middle Tennessee, getting into the Tennessee Valley. That might just be now, while that line, that the cluster of storms is moving through. I don't know if that is. The cell is just now moving through Mount Juliet, so it's now going into Wilson County, Tennessee. Alright, so, okay, let's look at some graphics. A meteorologist, if you guys also follow I-65 weather, he's also a meteorologist whom I work with closely. I mean, I've solo chased forever, always. I've always have solo chased. But sometimes it's nice to have a meteorologist to work with that can point different stuff out, because I'm not a meteorologist. So, alright, so that's our highlighted area in Kentucky for our outlook. And there's our tornado outlook. Kentucky, you are mostly moderate now, shifted. These storms that came through overnight up in Ohio and everything pretty much just zapped out the moisture. And this is your wind. Notice it dips down into north middle Tennessee. Whoever says central Tennessee, no, it's middle Tennessee. That's your wind. And actually we can look at hail potential as well. So as well, most all of Kentucky is in this hatch 30% for hail. Tennessee, you're in a 30% also, as well as getting down Tennessee Valley, Mississippi, Alabama, corner of Georgia, but almost all of Tennessee and all of Kentucky is in this. Let's check out get an update. So that is that little cluster that just passed through me. And out of curiosity, let's just do a sounding on it. Yeah, I mean, it's got good curvature on the photograph, but it's kind of just wound up too much. Winds look wonky right there. I mean, absolutely, there's no capping. There's no capping down here. But Cape doesn't look all too impressive. SRH isn't too bad, but yeah. Alright, so that's currently what's going on right now. And then you start to get some more cell initiation over here, southwest Kentucky, sorry. See, that's kind of a photograph you want to see, something that is more curved, like an S curve. Again, no capping. Oh God, Cape values. Wow. Wow. Your wind, I'd like to see a little bit of more veering, but that's not bad looking, and that's at 18Z. So it took me forever to learn Zulu time, but I got myself to remember that 0Z is 7 p.m. in daylight savings time. So we're in daylight savings time. So 0Z is 7 p.m. So from there, you can just, like, this is 18Z. So you can just count backwards. No, I didn't want to hit play. No, stop. Don't hit play. Go back. Go back. Alright. You start to see, get these little bit more clusters here. Clusters can cause supercells. Alright, so this is in central Kentucky here. Not particularly beautiful looking. Your winds are all over the place over here. Photograph didn't look bad, but again, this is at 20Z. So it's what, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And then you start to see markers. So this line of storms here, if you go back and look, it's going to be right along here. You start to get some markers. I don't need to stand up. My watch tells me I need to stand up. I don't think I need to. And then you start getting this line forming down here in the south. This is 6 p.m. Now we're at 7 p.m. Becomes more linear. And I think that there's less of an issue. See, this is Davidson County here. That's Wilson County. So this is, what is this, Williamson County? That's south of Davidson, like Franklin and all that, I believe. That's, wait, is that, yeah, that's Davidson, that's Wilson, so that's Rutherford. Quit hitting sounding. Goodness. Okay. Bless it, Heather. And you even see that you start to develop a little bit of cells down here in northern Alabama. That should be watched also. Alright, so this is from the one South Davidson, North Williamson County. Not too good of a curvature right there. Like, I'd like to see that curved more. But it's got a nice shape to it. And still, you're uncapped. It's like Charleston, West Virginia got hit with a tornado. On Twitter, they're posting. I think this is, what, up in Elizabeth? I don't know Kentucky counties very well. I'd have to go back and look at my map. I had to download a map that shows me all of Kentucky's maps, or counties. There you can see the rest of that cell moving through. Rest of the clouds, but see also how light it looks to the south. And it looks like the sun says, hey, I'm right here. Let me out. Alright. Sorry, my hand was starting to cramp a little bit. So I had to put y'all back up. So I'm going to keep looking at these models and Let's see what's going on. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. How does it feel outside? Well, I can tell you it's not as warm outside feeling that it was when I first walked out of the door. It says it's 69 degrees right now up here in Bowling Green. So if this sun can peek out and warm things back up a little bit. But yeah, we're looking for maybe around 3, 4 o'clock, roughly. I'm not sure if I'll keep the stream going or if I'll schedule one for later on. And if anyone messages me or texts me while I am chasing, I don't really answer messages. Please don't take that in anything negative against you, or I'm trying to ignore you or anything else like that. I just not. Oh, there's a new mesoscale discussion. Let's look that up. That's what that shows. Alright, mesoscale discussion. Areas affected: portions of southeastern Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky. Severe potential, watch likely. So this whole area right here. So once they start redeveloping again, ahead of this front, looks like they'll issue another watch. Now these cells are currently going by, they're expiring. Because there's no storms or anything else like that, so. So it looks like SPC is pretty confident on storm initiation redeveloping this afternoon. So they're still keeping on to this moderate risk in central Kentucky. It doesn't go any further than Bowling Green, southwise. It's 3/4 of Warren County in Kentucky, and it looks like the counties bordering the Tennessee state line are not in moderate. Middle Tennessee is not in moderate. But we are still enhanced, so there is still a concern for possible tornadoes. Make sure you know your safe space. So while things are chilled out, I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe end this stream now and then reschedule it again for this afternoon. Nicholasville, wow, they got hit hard. They got hit by a tornado this morning. These are not my footage. This is off of Twitter.